What's up guys, my name is Ace and welcome to today's episode of Spawn Guides, the series where I cover all of the most common spawns and how they behave on every map in Call of Duty Ghosts for Domination. In this episode, we're going to be covering the map Sovereign, as requested by you guys in the comments of the previous episode. Let's get into it. Okay, so before we get into it, I just want to let you guys know if you guys haven't seen the prelude to this series, make sure you go and watch that right now, because I explain a lot about spawn behavior in this game, and you really need that base of knowledge to be able to understand what I'll be talking about in this video. I'll leave you guys an annotation link right here, as well as a link in the description. Alright, so starting it off, let's map out all of the most common spawn locations on this map. As you can see, if you compare this to other maps in the game, this is one of the simplest spawn layouts in the game. It's also very symmetrical and quite balanced as well. This is why this map is used competitively for Domination. So for the A flag, we only have 5 common spawns, and there's sort of 2 towards the back of the map kind of by the A flag, 1 at the top as you're looking at it right now, and then there's 2 that are pushed up quite far on the map between A and B. As for the B flag, we actually have a really big cluster of spawns right around the flag, and it's really interesting to note that the one directly below the B flag there is actually below ground, and you can see that here in this picture. So just keep that in mind. The other ones are all above ground. One is inside that building right next to B, one is just outside staring right at the B flag. Then we have one that's more towards C, and this is kind of the only kind of odd spawn on this map. So that's one that you have to pay attention to, and then there's another one over in the other building as well. So finally for C, once again it's really straightforward, but there are only 4 popular spawns for the C flag. So there's 3 along sort of like the back edge of the map right by the C flag, and then there's one that's kind of pushed up a little bit further onto the map. So that's really it for spawns on this map. I spent about 45 minutes spectating bots as they were spawning and everything like that, and also killing myself with C4 in a bunch of different situations with teammates and enemies in different locations, and these are all of the spawns that I found. This could potentially be 100% of the Domination spawns on this map, but there is always a chance that there is a spawn that I maybe missed that only happens in a very specific situation. Other than that, this is it. Alright, so now let's look at a real in-game situation and how I handled it to be able to read spawns on this map. So in this situation, I'm pushed up and I knew this person was coming around the corner, so I was just waiting her out and I took the shot. Now notice her gamer tag right there. Now I'm pushing through this area right now. This is a really common A spawn right here, so I'm definitely blocking this spawn off by standing here. So I'm predicting that that person that I just killed is going to be spawning somewhere on the other side because those are the only options available at the A flag. And you'll notice my teammates are blocking all of the B spawns because we have map control, even though we're not holding the B flag. So as I rotate back through here, there you go. That was the exact same person. They had just spawned on one of those 2 spawns that's pushed up on the map a little bit. And she came right through there just like I expected, and it was a very easy spawn read. Alright, so this next example is in the same game after I earned a chem strike, and I've cleared off all the enemies on the right side right here, and I'm just rotating back, trying to work the spawns here a little bit, pick this guy up that's trying to flank, and as I push on the left side, I get a kill over here. Now I rotate back, and it's clear on this side of the map. This means that it's not likely they're spawning on this right side of the map anymore, and as you can see, my teammates are actually pushing into those spawns, blocking them. So I rotate back to the left, and I get another kill. This means that I should be expecting the spawn to be anchored towards this direction because this is where the enemies keep coming from. So that's likely where the spawn is going to be anchored to. Plus, looking at it right now, as you can see, my teammates on the minimap are pushed right up, likely blocking all of those A spawns off on the right side of the map. So the only logical spawn right now is the one right inside this building, basically directly in front of me, and had I known this, I wouldn't have pushed up like I did because basically their entire team starts pouring through this doorway. And I managed to finish a kill, which was nice, but still, it was kind of a stupid move looking at it now. Alright, so now that we've covered that, let's move on to testing your guys' knowledge of the spawns on this map. For this first test, the red team holds C and B, and the green team holds A. Where would a green guy spawn right now, just based on the positioning of all of the red players and the green players? I'll give you guys a few seconds to make a decision. Did you guys say this spawn right here? If so, you're most likely correct. Let's go over why. So first off, it's pretty clear that this spawn right here is completely blocked by the red player that's right next to it. Now another thing we want to look at is whether or not these spawns are being anchored by teammates. And as you can see, these 2 spawns at the back of the map aren't really being anchored because the green players are pushed up quite a bit on the map, so they're not very likely as well. This leaves us with 2 spawns. And to be completely honest, this one spawn here, I guess could be possible, but the way I look at it right now, there's a window right next to this red player here, and he kind of has an indirect line of sight onto that spawn. And this is why I'm leaning more towards this spawn right here. So that test was pretty straightforward. Let's look at the second test. Where would a red guy spawn right now? As you can see, the green team holds C and A, and the red team holds B, and they're kind of trapped at B right now. Once again, I'll give you guys a few seconds to decide. Okay, this one was kind of a trick question. It could honestly be any one of these spawns right here. If you said any one of those spawns, you could be correct. Those spawns are bunched so close together that it's really impossible for a person to pick which one of those is going to happen in this particular situation. All of them are safe spawns, and all of them are anchored by teammates. The only B spawn on this map that you could have picked that would have been wrong is this one right here, because as you can see, there are no red players around that anchoring to that spawn. Alright, for this final test, we're going to ramp up the difficulty and take away your spawn map. Looking at the situation right now, where would a red guy spawn? If you need a few extra seconds, make sure you just pause the video. Did you guys say this spawn right here? If so, you're definitely correct. Let's go over why that is. So let's bring back the spawn map to make this a lot easier to explain. With a quick look, it's pretty easy to see that all of the other C spawns are blocked by a direct line of sight from a green player. This means that this is the only C spawn available, and it is a safe spawn, so this is where the game is going to spawn them. Now some of you may be wondering, what if this spawn was blocked as well? In that situation, it's very likely that the spawn would flip all the way over to an A spawn. So that's all I have for this episode of Spawn Guides. Let me know in the comment section which map you'd like to see me cover next, and keep in mind I've covered all of the maps that you can see here on the screen. If you guys have missed any of these episodes, then just click the annotation and it'll take you to that video. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.